Hello and welcome to Mind Revolution podcast. I'm your host, Kijagold, and today we'll be talking about living with purpose, discovering your unique gifts and calling in life. Purpose to me can be defined as your essential essence as to why you are alive. A lot of people are born with different, skills, or they learn certain skills as they grow. But purpose to me is figuring out what you can do with those skills, with those talents that you learn or you're born with, that would impact, the world and allow you to experience some sort of fulfillment in your life. So today we'll be exploring how to identify your gifts and your calling in life, because it is from those gifts you are able to figure out, or skills, you're able to figure out what calling you have, meaning what direction or what path do you want to follow. So we'll be talking about understanding your unique gifts first. How do you identify your unique gifts and talent? And how can they bring meaning and fulfillment to your life? So I would be sharing my own perspective on how I was able to figure out what were my unique gifts and talent. For me, growing up, I was never really someone who had one specific talent. There were people who could sing, there were people who could dance, there were people who could draw. Everybody had specific, or most people had specific gifts, specific talents, but I did not have that. What I had was curiosity. I was interested in learning everything I could because I was interested in understanding how these things worked. And I felt like, I'm always up for a challenge. I didn't want to have something that I didn't know how to do. Maybe it was my um intense drive for independence, not wanting to have to ask someone else to do something or pay someone else to do something for me because I can do it myself. Maybe that was what was pushing me, but I was never really one that had a specific gift. I always had curiosity. I wanted to know more about everything that I could know of. So, what did I do? In my years growing, I realized that at first I was lost and confused because I couldn't figure out or pinpoint what exactly I wanted to do with my life. I studied architecture, I learned jewelry making, I learned how to do makeup. I was interested in content creation. I had YouTube. I didn't know what I wanted to be. And I realized that the real struggle was understanding what use those skills I had developed were. It was until I understood what the use for those skills were in my life or in the life of others, that I was able to understand what I was supposed to be doing. So your unique gifts can be anything. It could be your curiosity, it could be your open-mindedness, it could be your empathy, it could be your ability to read energies in the room. Your unique gift could be your ability to learn fast. Anything could be a gift. It doesn't have to be restricted to one thing, right? So when you restrict your mind that your unique gift has to be one specific thing, and you are someone like me who is interested in a lot of things, you will be lost. You will be confused and you will not know your way. Open your mind to the idea that your gift is probably your ability to learn fast or to develop many skills within a short period of time. And if you're not one to have many skills, then maybe your unique gift could be one specific thing that you are very interested in. You don't have to be good at it, but you have to be very interested in it. Once your heart is calling you to that thing, that could be your unique gift. What your heart is telling you. what your gut is telling you. And you don't have to be perfect at anything for it to be a gift, right? Just because other people sing perfectly, um, you feel like, oh, they sing so well, it must be their gift, they were born with it. But the truth is, most of the famous artists that you see now, Shawn Mendes or what is his name? Um, there's this specific artist, right? He, according to an interview he had, he didn't know how to sing. He knew he was interested in music, but he didn't know he could sing. It's until he trained and practiced that it actually became a gift. So your gift may not necessarily be something that you're born with. There are things that you learn. Those things can be your gift. So it is one thing to understand what your skills are, what your gift is, but how do you then figure out what is your calling? Um, for me, I never could understand what my calling was until I understood who I was. And who I am is more than what meets the eye. Who I am or who we are is more than just the physical. We are spirits experiencing life in human form. We are not humans. We're not just humans with a spirit. We are actually spirits in a human body. Until I was able to understand that I wasn't on this planet by accident. I wasn't here by coincidence. I was here because of a grand plan that the creator had. That's when I was able to connect what skills I had developed and what God wants me to do with my life. It was not until that point did I actually figure out what my calling was. Do you know what my calling is? My calling is to share my skills in a way that it will help people to see the light, see the truth, and understand who they are. Right now, I am exhibiting one of my callings, or my calling, it's one calling. But because I have developed many skills, what I have to do is find a way to make sure those skills, those gifts end up fulfilling that same purpose, that same specific goal, which is ensuring that everybody gets to hear about Jesus and everybody gets to see the light and everybody gets out of the blindness and the darkness that the world has. So, finding your calling is understanding who you are. Until you are able to understand who you are, you'll never be able to understand how you can connect your gifts to your calling. Yes, you can figure out, okay, these are my gifts, but what is my calling? And your calling is determined by who you are. So find out who you are. Connect to the creator, connect to the generator that powers all life and all forms. It is only through the architect that you will understand the purpose of the building, or the blueprint, which is the Bible. So find a way to connect to your source, connect to the generator, and figure out who you are. So there are certain challenges that can hold you back from actually figuring out who you are, or even basically affect your ability to live with purpose, right? One of the challenges that I faced was self doubt, chronic self doubt. Never really, I never really believed in myself. I never really thought that I was good enough or capable enough of things. And I never really knew that I had self doubt until I was told that I had self doubt. And then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I keep doubting myself a lot. And I really thought I was like, oh, I'm super confident and stuff. But I realized that I actually did not fully trust myself or fully believe that I deserved certain things. And that is the thing that holds a lot of people back from fully experiencing or even finding that calling, that gift, that purpose that they have in life. So first you need to hold back. Or what do I mean? Like first you need to overcome certain self-doubts and certain challenges that are holding you back. Another challenge could be societal pressure. Your family or friends could tell you this is not the normal thing to do. This is not what everybody does. There are people who put doubt in your mind too by saying, by projecting their own fears to you. Oh, but what if, and what if, and what if? And it holds you back, and it pulls you back, and it discourages you from actually doing what you need to do. So those things they need to be overcome. They need to be dealt with before you are able to actually find or even experience your purpose. So you need to identify those challenges and overcome them. Another challenge is fear. Yeah. So as much as people project their fears onto people, onto you, there's also internalized fear that comes from trauma, doubt, and all sorts of things. But the truth is, fear, self doubt, and all those things are not of God. And once you're able to understand who you are in God, who you are in the Creator, you will not be able to allow such sin or such negative energies or forces or thoughts or spirits around yourself. You'll be able to see them as what they are and choose not to allow it take a toll on you. In other words, fully overcoming those things. So once you're able to figure out your plan, your purpose, your calling, what am I supposed to be doing? What do you do next? It's time to take action. And how do you take action? You plan. You don't just jump into things. I mean, you could dabble in it a little bit, but as you're dabbling, you plan, you strategize. And every plan should have a goal, hence a vision board. I don't know if you can see, if you're watching video, you can see this right there. That is my vision board. Having a vision, having a clear plan, having a clear idea of what you want, where you want to be in the future based on your gifts and your callings would help you to continuously be motivated beyond those negativities such as fear and doubt and so on. So when you're taking action, you plan. When you're planning, you put a vision, you put a goal, and you start working and taking steps towards it. Another way to fully be established in your purpose, another way to fully live in purpose or live with purpose is to seek mentorship and seek guidance from people who are experienced, who have been through these things, and who can guide you and tell you, okay, move left, move right, don't do this, don't do that. Seeking mentorship can help. For me, I have mentors, I have people who I talk to, I have people who I go to for guidance and for help. And honestly, that has helped me a lot because for me to be able to let go of certain habits or let go of certain things that I was doing that I wasn't so pleased of, it took a mentor to point out the truth that I already knew or give me a different perspective. So sometimes you need a mentor to guide you, to lead you, to point you in the right direction, or to help you when you're stuck. So those are some of the necessary steps that you need to take. But most importantly, you need to take action. You can have a goal, you can have a vision, you can have a plan, you can know your calling, but what actions are you taking towards it to ensure that you are getting to where you need to get to? Every day is a step. Every day is a step. And then from crawling, you're taking baby steps. And baby steps, you are taking strides. And then from strides, you're running. And it's okay if sometimes you go back to crawling again. It happens. But as long as you keep taking action, you keep doing something, you will never be lost. You will never be far away from your purpose, from your calling, and from your destiny. So taking action helps. Taking action is the vital part of the entire process. Living a purposeful life is something that we all want and we all require. As a human being, you will not even be comfortable if you feel lost, you feel like your life has no meaning, because life was not a choice. You didn't choose to be here. So it's very difficult sometimes to go through with it because of how difficult it can be, especially when you don't have a reason to be here. So understanding or living with purpose, it's very vital. It's very important. You need to be able to take a step and actually say, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. You need to be able to figure out what you are and why you're doing what you're doing on earth before you can actually understand why you need to take that breath the next day. So ensure to take the steps as mentioned. If you are lost, if you are confused with your life, take the steps that were mentioned. Take a time to reflect, write things down, get a journal, reflect on what are the things that you love the most. What skills do you have? What skills do you want to learn? Where is your heart pulling you to? And then connect with your source and ask, is this what you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Why did you bring me here? What did you bring me here for? You understand? Once you're able to ask the right questions and make the right plans, it's until you are doing the process before you are able to even fully hear from God. So while you are in the process of planning, strategizing, ask. And as you are asking, you will gain more clarity. And you will only gain more clarity if your mind is clear, if your heart is clear, and you truly believe in what you are doing, truly believe in God. So you need to take the moment to reflect, write, think. And you're not expected to figure it out right away. But most importantly, you are taking action. And as long as you're taking action, you are one step closer to your purpose each day. Living with purpose is more than just understanding your skills and all that. It is understanding your reason for existing, and then being able to impact the people around you, being able to make a difference in society, being able to make a difference in yourself is living purposefully. It's living intentionally. You wake up each day, you do your self-care, you take part in your routine, you plan your day, put things in your Google calendar, have everything planned out, have a schedule, have meetings, having something doing, taking those necessary steps every day will ensure that you are living a purposeful life. As long as you are doing what your heart is calling you to do, what you are able to do, and doing all these things with the conviction and with the assurance from God, then you are able to live a purposeful life. Take care of yourselves, take care of your mind, take care of your bodies, and most importantly, take care of your spirit. Until next time, see you in the next podcast. Bye.